It's
very pretty, Bill.
I'm practicing my
Are you doing vocal exercises?
Yeah.
Of course, yes. That's what they do in all the theatres, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. Including...
Just like when you played Macbeth.
I never played Macbeth.
I heard all about you. And your secret Shakespeare.
This isn't going on there.
Your secret Shakespeare meetings.
Right.
Your underground Shakespeare club.
Okay, you
We
ready?
do soliloquies and
You haven't
punch each
started
other.
yet?
Yes, we have.
I haven't.
Yes, we have. Hello, it's Bildie's Bizarro Bedtime. We're the Bildie, aka Madeleine Swann and Bill Purnell. And we will tell each other a story each.
Yes.
And I suppose I will begin.
Yeah, you always begin.
I do begin always, don't I? So
you can't change the format now. People will throw themselves out of their houses.
the houses. Okay.
Throw themselves out of their houses.
They'll just run out.
Not over their windows.
They'll just run out onto the street in protest, screaming.
Yeah, throwing themselves onto the pavement.
From their front door.
Yeah, or anywhere. Just out of the house.
So, character?
Yes. 0.
0.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We've not had a 0.
No. Okay, so 0.
Like the Matrix. Is it going to be like the Matrix or something?
No. 0 runs an elite. I'll just wait for the vaping to finish. 0 runs and
it will never finish.
I know that's true, unfortunately.
An elite
dog walking company.
Right, yeah. So it's not the Matrix.
It's elite though, and a lady.
So when it's elite,
yeah.
That doesn't mean that it's like really high class. Is it either it's for really high class people or they're just really good, or maybe both? They're really good at what they do.
Yes, well you'll find out.
Okay, yeah.
So a lady called Rosie McGiffin has a Pekingese, and she'd heard all about this secret elite dog walking company, and she was very intrigued. It's only by word of mouth. You can't just go online and find it or anything.
Right. So it's like secret.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And she went through the secret door, and it was all dark. And she went down the stairs and through the hallway, and there was a person dressed like a beatnik in the room waiting, and it was 0.
Right.
And McGiffin, whatever her first name was, Rosie McGiffin says,
she's with her Pekingese.
With her Pekingese, yeah. I heard that you are a dog walking company.
Elite dog walking
an elite, yes. I thought I'd bring along little Mumpsy here. I always call dogs Mumpsy in everything I do. I've noticed that.
Mumpsy and McGiffin.
I don't know why.
Sounds like an ITV drama.
It does, yeah. Like a detective thing.
Yeah, Mumpsy and McGiffin.
Yeah. And 0 said, that is correct. We are the dog walkers. And it's dog with a 0 instead of an O.
Right. So he obviously founded the...
Well, they did. And McGiffin says, well, could you walk Mumpsy here, say 4 times a week, something like that? How much would that be? And 0 cackles, and it echoes off of all the walls and says, we do not take money. It is for the art of the dog walk.
Right.
And Rosie says, okay, So 4 nights a week then? And Zero says, indeed, pass little Mumpsy here and I shall show you what is in
I wouldn't
store.
give him Mumpsy. I would not give him Mumpsy.
So Rosie is having doubts, but she does pass Mumpsy over. She thinks, well, I can tackle this person, I can get Mumpsy back.
I suppose, like you said, it's word of mouth, so it's obviously one of her neighbours or something has said,
Yes.
like, oh, it's fine. So, I mean, maybe I would if...
It's been recommended.
Yeah, so, I mean, yeah, go on then.
And so Zero says, come and see what we have in store. And so Rosie follows, and there's a door at the back of this industrial room that they're in, like this dark room.
Yeah.
And Rosie's nervous, what's going to be on the other side.
Yeah.
And so Zero opens the door and ushers her out and says, see what we have built for you. And she goes out and it's some woods.
Right.
So
okay.
Rosie's kind of like, oh, did you plant all these trees and things like that? And Zero says, what kind of plebeian nonsense is this? This is an interactive canine experience.
Yeah, it's not just a few trees.
In this world, the dog will hear the sound of a squirrel and run towards it. In this world, there will be dirt paths beneath the dog's paws to cradle its tuttons. This is a highly curated experience. And so Rose's like, wow,
They take it very seriously.
Did you made all of this then? And Zero says, no, it's my mum's back garden.
Right.
And it is purely for the experience.
Yeah.
See? And so he puts Mumpsy on the ground and just sort of walks along with Mumpsy.
Yeah.
And then they're back in like half an hour and Mumpsy's had a good time and he hands her a bag of crap and says, here you go.
Right, what do you think? What do you think Zero does? Like, he's not getting any money for this, and it sounds like he's doing it quite often.
Yeah.
Lots of clients.
Yeah.
Him and maybe some of his other entourage. All the other people he employs, not entourage.
Yes. Company. Whatever.
Yeah, all his other employees, I suppose, of the company. But what does he do for money?
Well, he lives at his mum's.
So he doesn't give her rent, he just lives there. Rent free.
Yeah.
He's got this little industrial room.
Well, she's, just glad that he's got an interest.
Okay, yeah.
And he's quite happy to...
Walk dog. He obviously loves dogs a lot.
Yeah, just walks dogs.
That's quite... quite pleasant, I suppose.
Yeah.
Zero. Is that your name, or did he name himself Zero?
I don't know.
Okay.
Probably not real, but
Yeah. Okay. That was a very good story.
Thank you very much.
I will... Okay, you tell... I'm going to tell the story.
Yes, that's what happens, yeah.
So it happens.
You forgot what happened.
Yeah, so I'm quite tired today, actually. You give me a name. Or a character, whatever.
Okay, Maggie Grundle.
Maggie Grundle.
Oh, no, we've had a Maggie. Maleficent McGrundle. Yeah.
Maleficent Grundle.
McGrundle.
Mally for short.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, Mally is at the grandfather's bedside.
Yeah.
And her grandfather spent a lot of time in the war, and he was a plane. He was a pilot. He was a plane driver.
He was a plane driver, yeah.
He was a plane driver, and he
dropped his passengers off.
He shot so many enemy craft down that he was given this medal. And she's at his bedside, and he says, "I'm about to die, dear Mally.
Yes.
Have my special medal. It allows you to go on any flight as many times as you like for the rest of your life. So she goes, and then he goes, I love you, and dies.
Yeah.
So she's like, oh wow, that's pretty cool. I've got this medal. And she goes home to her husband and says, guess what happened today? And he says, what? She says, granddad died. And
She made that sound a lot jollier than most people would.
Yeah, my granddad died, but I've got this medal, and it means we can go on planes. And they haven't got a home, so they're just having this conversation at a coffee shop.
Yeah.
And she's like, I've got an idea. We go and try it out. We might be able to just live on planes. So they go to Heathrow.
Yeah.
And they turn up at the desk and they say, can we have a flight to... And then she's like, where do you want to go? So her husband, what's her husband's name? Barry.
Hoffundle.
Hoffy. Mally and Hoffy.
Okay.
So, Hoffy, where do you want to go? So where does Hoffy want to go?
Iceland.
I want to go to Iceland. So they go up to the desk and they show the medal.
Yeah.
And they go off. She says, okay, yeah, get on the plane. That's fine. So they spend the next 10 years...
I was just going to say that doesn't sound like a long-term solution, but
the medal the medal can just keep being reused, and they don't have to live anywhere.
True, but I can't imagine it's that comfortable. Like I remember us trying to sleep on a plane.
It's not, but you get used to it, and you get fed. You get fed. It's first class. So you've got beds, air conditioning.
Oh right, beds. Oh, okay.
Beds in first class.
Different.
You know,
okay.
it's depending. You know, if you go EasyJet, it might not be quite as good. But if it's BA or Virgin, whatever, that's pretty good. So, but then one day, the rules changed, and luckily they've landed in Heathrow, and the stewardess says, are you Hoffy and Mally?
Yeah.
And they said, yeah, that's what seems to be the problem. She says, I'm afraid you're going to have to get off the plane. Your medal runs out today.
So
that you got from your grandfather.
Heroism expires.
Yes. So if you've been on the plane for 10 years, you know. Yeah. It's time to get off.
Your grandfather's fallen out of favour.
Yeah.
We found out that he did some really dodgy tweets and no one likes him anymore.
Dodgy tweets?
Yeah.
No, I don't think the grandfather was into tweeting.
When he was in the Second World War, he tweeted out a couple of really bad stuff.
Come back to hashtag.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. So they're like, oh no, now on the streets. So they go straight to the nearest estate agents and they say, look, we need something to live. And he says, all the houses are gone. What do you mean? What do you mean they're all gone? I can see them. And he's like, no, they're all taken, you know.
Yeah.
Apart from one, but you might not like it. So they go and it's
So they said, I bet
beautiful.
we will. Yeah.
They said, yeah, I bet we will. So they quickly get a job.
Okay, just like that? They just...
Well, before they go to see the beautiful house, they quickly go and get a job so they've got money. Because things got to make sense in my mind.
Okay, yeah.
So they've got a job. He's doing...
hairdressing.
And she's doing...
kitten cuddling.
Kitten cuddling and hairdressing. And they go and see the house. Yeah. And they say, what's wrong with it? This is beautiful. They have a look around and everyone's like, yes, here's the hall. It's got a mirror in it and a fridge. No, it's not a fridge.
No, it's not a fridge. No, not a fridge.
Mirror and floor. And
is this estate agent new?
No, this is the people who live in the house showing them around.
Right.
You know, the estate agent's there going, she's ticking things off boxes. And And they say, they show them around all the houses, but they say the only problem is the upstairs room. There's some things living in there. And they say, right. And they say, and if you sign up to live in this house, you're going to have to not disturb the creatures. And they, what sort of creatures are they? And they say, they're Biggles. And they say, what's Biggles? And is it Biggles? Who's the pilot?
Biggles.
Biggles, yeah. So there are lots of they're mini Biggles living up there. There's loads of them, little creatures.
Is this to do with her granddad being a pilot as well?
Well, it's kind of, she thinks, well, that's odd, because Granddad, he kind of mentioned Biggles.
Yeah.
And she didn't really know his feelings on Biggles. He loved planes, so she thought that's odd.
Yeah.
Anyway, they take it. They take the house. They live in there. Hairdressing's going brilliantly. The cat cuddling has taken off big time. And all the cats
will always need cuddling.
Yeah, it's going crazy. So they're doing really well. And she gets pregnant. And this room is perfect for a baby's
life
room. Yeah, to start off in.
Yeah.
Put a cot in there.
A nursery.
A nursery.
Yes.
That's what they're called. Yeah. But the Biggles can't be moved.
No.
They've promised that they'd look after the Biggles. They've been throwing in bits of propeller blade and wings.
Right.
To keep them happy.
So do they not eat bread or?
No, they eat wings and propeller blades and things like that. But it's the only place they can have the baby, so they call in the Biggles exterminators. And she's a bit torn because they need it for the baby.
Yeah.
Their baby's important. They agreed they'd look after the Biggles. She's got this link with her grandfather.
Yeah. Can't they?
But she's got to do it.
Can't they do the humane removal?
Well, they've tried. First of all, they put the baby in there for a night, and the baby lost an arm.
Oh.
The Biggles went mad.
Right.
They started trying to turn the baby into a plane.
Oh my god.
So they're cute.
Yeah.
But it ain't working. Yeah. So she's had enough. They're sending the Biggles exterminator. Get rid of them in no time. Done. It's like they were never there.
Did they do it humanely?
Yes. Yes, they did. They sent them away to a Biggles holiday camp.
Like a nature reserve for Biggleses.
Yes. They sent them away a bit like when you was a child.
Yeah.
Did you ever have rats or anything?
Well, I had 2 mice, but I was older, so.
But like an infestation of rats or anything like that.
Oh.
Your parents went, "We've sent them away on holiday," like that.
No, not.
That's kind of how. That's kind of the same way that the Biggles went.
So I'm guessing.
They went on
I
holiday.
don't believe you.
They went on holiday.
Okay, he's got his hand on my shoulder in a reassuring manner,
yes,
so
they went on holiday.
I have to believe him here. Okay.
But for the listeners at home, they went on holiday. Okay, in inverted commas.
They did go on holiday.
They did, that's what I'm saying. They went on holiday.
No, you did the inverted commas again.
Yeah, but that's just because it's a name, it's a brand, Holiday.
Right, okay.
That's all.
Good thinking.
Anyway, so that night, the baby upstairs, they've got the little thing playing, it's sleeping, lovely.
It's in its wheel.
It's in its cot thing.
Its wheel.
Its wheel?
Yeah.
The baby's in its wheel.
You put them in a wheel so they can run, no?
Babies?
Yeah.
Not rats.
That's what you do. You put them in a wheel and give them exercise and.
With human babies?
I mean, yeah, you can do.
Okay. But not bedtime. You're not going to make it run at bedtime.
Well,
give it rest.
Yeah, but you tire it out for
Yeah, they've done that early in
Okay.
the day, and now it's
Yeah.
bedtime. So they say, okay, ran the baby enough.
Yeah.
Let's put it down.
Yeah.
It's in the cot, sleeping. The music's playing like ding 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 ding, you know, and they're like and they're all happy now.
Yeah.
They've spent their time on the planes.
Yeah.
Now they've got their nice home, Biggles,
Yeah.
and they turn into bed, and they go. The husband drops off to sleep. She can hear him snoring away, and she starts to drop off, and she's laying there, and she's looking out the window. It's night time. She's just thinking how lovely everything is.
Yeah.
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 And then she starts feeling cold, really cold, icy cold, and she starts seeing this apparition, and it's her grandfather, and he says, "Do you remember my medal?" And she's like, "Yes, grandfather, I used it for the planes." He says, "I know. And well done for getting rid of all of those Biggles. I effing hated those Biggles. I always hated Biggles." And she knew that she couldn't quite remember. She knew that he was going on about Biggles all the time.
Yeah.
And she thought because he was a pilot he would have loved him, but he hated
Right.
the books of Biggles. And he's so pleased that she got rid of them that he awards her another medal, a ghost one.
Yes.
So now she can fly on planes again, but ghost planes.
Oh, right, okay. So she can...
So she's not that interested in that, really.
I mean, can she even get on a ghost plane?
It's difficult.
Yeah.
You tend to...
Do you have to be at a certain place at midnight?
Well, do you know, she has a talk in the morning over bagels with her husband, and they said, "Do you know what? We're happy now.
Biggleless bagels.
Biggleless bagels, and they don't bother even trying."
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, that's it.
Lovely. Well
Okay.
done. I liked that. That felt very cosy. And the Biggles are on holiday at the nature reserve, and everything's fine.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone.
That was Bildie's Bizarro Bedtime. We will see you again next week.
We will. Goodbye.
Bye.